About 45 minutes ago, photojournalist Brian Willie and everybody else here inside Ringo's felt a minor aftershock, and frankly, they have been feeling them throughout the day. Last night's earthquake, though, it caused quite a bit of damage. If you look beyond the deli counter there, in between the 7-Up sign and the Coca-Cola sign, you will see a crack in the middle of the wall, and that was caused by last night's earthquake. But as we walk back here, and Brian, when you turn around, you'll see exactly a similar scene, a little split down this wall right here, caused by that earthquake again. And you see those little dots that are popping out on the wall? Those little dots are nails. The force was so strong last night when this thing shook that it actually popped them out. That had never happened before. And here on the ground, past our messy wires, you'll see this crack right here. This has been caused by earthquakes in the past, they say, and last night certainly added to it. Well, Bozzy, I'm right here along 83rd Avenue, and from where I'm standing, there's about 3 inches of water. If I were to walk about 500 feet down the road, it would be about knee deep, and I'm told that on 71st Avenue, which is about a mile away, it would actually come up to my waist. There is so much water along this street that fish are actually swimming across it. In fact, a man actually stopped here and told us that he saw a foot-long brown trout.
Our Kevin Torres is outside. Kevin, what are the folks in that part of the state telling you?
Well, you know, Kathy, some say that they've already seen 5-foot snowbanks. Now, it's no surprise here. I'm one of the shortest guys in the newsroom, only about 5'6", so I needed a ladder to explain this to you. By the end of the week, folks in Crested Butte and other mountain towns at high elevation could see 6 feet of snow. Now, that is a conservative estimate. The National Weather Service actually called businesses in town and told them that they actually could see upwards of 8 feet of snow.
9 News reporter Kevin Torres is near Berthoud and joins us now with his vantage point of this fire. Kevin?
Adele, we talk about the vegetation and how dry it is, especially the trees, but we're also dealing with dry grass. And here's a good look at what we're dealing with up there. And of course, it is causing that fire to race through the mountains. In fact, when we first arrived here 2.5 hours ago, you can see where that smaller mountain is beyond the trees. That mountain in particular was up in flames. You saw the smoke covering it. I sure do. You know, the thing is, as you were saying there, Eric and Cheryl, is that this stretched back for months, going back to August, when they had a tip that Osama bin Laden might be hiding out inside this mansion in a rocky terrain area in Pakistan along the Afghan border. That apparently, from what the owner says, was struck by lightning, but the folks who just showed up here a little while ago, they're tree professionals, say that the inside of it appeared to be rotting. So this baby just kind of slammed over into this bed and breakfast house, which is called the Ogden House. Bozzy, last Thursday, Larimer County Sheriff's deputies responded to 3 rafting incidents in that exact area. There was a 4th accident, but rafting officials were able to rescue those folks who were in need of assistance. We're told that the McConnell neighborhood out here in LaPorte Kyle should expect to see quite a bit of flooding, maybe tonight into tomorrow. I told you guys on 9 News at 9 o'clock that this is the first time I have tried it, and I think I'm stuck in this position. I have not moved from this patio. I think I'm going to stay overnight here.
Yeah, we're going to wait and see how it goes for you, and then maybe we'll try it.
See, that's how it always works. Around this time, a couple months ago, you guys had me out here standing in the cold. You guys always use me as your guinea pig.
Oh, we appreciate you, Kevin. We do.
Sure, yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Sure.
With more, Kevin, what did you learn?
Well, Mark, we posed a question to those who are unemployed, and for those who need a job, we wanted to know one thing. If you could tell the president anything, what would it be?
This is the land of opportunity.
At the height of rush hour, when thousands of people are heading home from the office, you'll still find plenty of folks searching.
It's difficult.
And wishing for work.
Dear Mr. President, my name is Joel Marlowe, and I need a job today.
My name is James Coleman, and please look out for me, Obama, because I need a job. I'm out here struggling.
I'm willing to work, just need to work.
Desperation is a word that's tossed around.
Mr. President, my name is Matthew Turner.
But for many, it's the hand they're dealt with.
I'm willing to do anything.
If they could write their stories.
I've been unemployed for about 3.5 years.
I've been unemployed probably about 2 years now.
And read them to the president.
What a beautiful day.
They would hear him out first.
It's time to build an economy that creates good middle-class jobs in this country.
And then they would say this.
I think he can do more, but I think he's on the borderline right now, but we need some more help out here.
I don't really follow politics much, but I heard that you're trying to bring jobs back.
They're hoping his actions speak louder than his words.
It's time to build an economy that honors the values of hard work and responsibility.
I would really love a job that would be available to someone like me.
And more importantly, they're hoping for a second chance.
It's time to build an economy that lasts. In Denver, that starts now.
Thank you, Mr. President.
From the front lines to the front range, a group of disabled veterans is defying all odds this 4th of July by traveling to new heights. They gathered in Boulder this afternoon to do something many wouldn't dare to try. 9 News storyteller Kevin Torres shows us their mission was a success.
From this distance, I couldn't tell you if it was white, purple, or green.
Take a look. Do you see them?
I thought I heard one. Cool.
They're right up there.
I don't think that's it.
You sure?
It's all going to be just fine.
It's got to be them.
Wait.
Here it is. Here it is.
Yeah.
Yep, it's definitely them.
First guy out. Second guy out. Yeah!
Wow. They call this Operation Rebound.
That is way cool.
They fly in the Wild Wild West. They fly.
It's for all the guys that have come back from the Iraq War with some type of injury. Joel's the one coming down now.
It's donated events so that we can get the veterans out and about, out of their house.
Oh, man.
I felt that, you know, I needed to do something.
It had to be something unusual. Something like skydiving.
You know, you look nervous, you know?
I wasn't nervous at my game face, dude.
They're not the type of guys who get nervous.
He kind of worried me because he was like, yeah, when you scoot down on your butt, it'll probably tear a hole. I put my butt in, I'm like, did I make a hole? He's like, dude, get that out of my face.
You wouldn't expect a disabled vet to jump from a plane 7,000 feet up.
They're going to get a good view of Long's Peak right over there.
But that's the point.
There's nothing that a disabled person cannot do.
Semper Fi, baby!
This day was about challenging each other to do the abnormal.
Oh, yeah.
All for the sake of feeling normal.
Hey, awesome. Hell yeah.
And if you ask them, they'll tell you it feels pretty darn good.
Not too many words to describe it.
In Boulder, this is Kevin Torres, 9 News.
You can learn more about Operation Rebound Denver by heading to 9news.com and clicking on Kevin's story.
If you are among the many who have lost some patience with the amount of construction going on in Colorado right now, well, a greater test of patience is about to come. The construction projects are not close to being complete. In fact, this week marks the halfway point for most of the projects. With more on what we can expect, let's talk now to 9 News reporter Kevin Torres. Kevin, it doesn't sound like you have much more good news for us.
Alas, Cheryl, it is I, the bearer of bad news. You know, even though we are at the halfway point right now, there are still a lot of projects that are about to start right now, including that mess known as I-25 and Santa Fe. So, tried to find a word to describe people's feelings about this construction, and I think I found one in the dictionary today.
I think it's in everybody's way.
It is a strong word, a word most of us don't use too often.
I think it's creating congestion.
But what other word comes to mind when dealing with construction-created traffic?
Honk if you hate construction!
None other than the H word.
Do you hate construction, sir?
If frustration could be measured in honks,
There we go. That's a person who absolutely hates construction.
then this group's feelings would be as messy as the road they're driving on.
People are going by so slow right now, and all they want to do is just honk. See?
It is annoying, and it's causing congestion on all sorts of routes that you wouldn't normally see congestion.
Carol Fleming is one of those drivers who lost their cool somewhere around Slow Boulevard and Annoying Avenue.
Yeah, it's a bad time for all the construction.
If you think this is bad, just wait, because some spots are about to get a whole lot worse.
It is. You know, what's difficult in Colorado is you have such a short construction season.
CDOT employees get just as frustrated as the rest of us, but they know there's only a few good months to get the work done.
And so we really cram it in from May to September.
In the metro area, there are a total of 30 projects. Statewide, about 150.
In the metro area where congestion's bad, we do try to schedule much of our work in the off-peak hours. We work a lot of overnights.
Do you hate construction? No? She loves construction.
Aside from the select few who can tolerate this sort of stuff.
Do you hate construction? You're going so slow. You don't hate it? Well, come on, you hate it.
CDOT is asking we be patient and to remember we're only halfway through the construction season.
I hope it finishes very quickly.
You know, if there is any good news, it is that you won't have to deal with that tomorrow being a holiday. Of course, a lot of those construction folks have the day off. Back to Tuesday, though. Oh, well, that's a different story. You're going to be dealing with those slight delays. However, if you go to 9news.com, click on that traffic button, It'll give you all the good, fast routes to go around all this stuff. Cheryl, somewhere in the CDOT building, there is an employee in a small office who is building honk if you hate Kevin Torres signs tonight.
I know you are the most patient guy I know, so
Revenge.
I don't think you would.
You obviously don't know me too well. Oh, sure.
Kevin Torres, thanks a lot.
Oh, that's a lot of paint.
There are moments in our lives when the simple things
Paintbrush just for you.
tend to cover up the difficult ones.
Look at my hands. That's not funny.
Look at that's my girl.
We search for ways to create life,
You do the most beautiful paintings.
even when life is fading away.
We didn't want to miss out on 1 second of our life.
It was only a few months ago when Delaney Wadsworth was diagnosed with a rare brain tumor.
3 months ago, it was only about the size of a golf ball.
Since then, it has grown to the size of a grapefruit.
It decides to start growing. It's fast.
It's like we're not ready yet. You know, it's happening. Everything's happening too fast.
Delaney's parents know they're running a race they cannot win.
We don't know how to say goodbye.
All they can do is enjoy the moments along the way.
We took her to do as much stuff as we knew how to do.
They traveled, visited family, bought her whatever she wanted.
She wanted to have some farm animals and stuff, so we got her some goats and a lamb.
They even gave her a birthday 1 month in advance, knowing she probably wouldn't live to see the actual date.
I just cried. And I still cry. Because I'm really going to miss her. You're going to miss your children. They're not supposed to go before you.
If there is any comfort for Delaney's parents, it's knowing their daughter has accepted and welcomed her fate.
And she says, "Oh, Mommy, I'm so excited I'm dying." I said, "Baby, who told you that?" She said, "God told me."
It's only a matter of days, weeks at best, before Delaney's sun begins to set.
I can't imagine life without her.
As she prepares to leave our world, she has one last wish.
Her dying wish would be for everyone to just give each other a hug.
For all of us to bring a little color into our lives.
And to just let things go.
In Windsor, this is Kevin Torres, 9 News.